Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2015. Don't look at my hair. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to be answering questions today. What I am going to do is I was tagged by Michigan Snow Pony for my top 5 best tips for the new homesteader. Now, oh, thanks, Renee. Um, I had some things written down, but I just kept tripping over them and tripping over them. But I think the tips for the newest homesteader, and folks, Howie and I have been at this off and on for 20 years, and we still consider ourselves new homesteaders, okay? Because you never quit learning. Michigan Snow Pony pointed that out. My top 5 tips are baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Don't don't go out and buy fruit trees and garden stuff and animals and that until you've done your research. Start one thing, one project, and if it works for you, adopt it and then plan on the next one. That's how we started. We started out with a garden. No, actually we didn't. We started out with some laying hens, and then we added a garden. Then we added turkeys. Then we added goats. And we're still learning. Like last winter, we lost all our goats due to a copper deficiency, which was actually not that bad, but it was between the mild copper deficiency and a really, really extremely cold winter. And it can be devastating. So remember, folks, when you're buying livestock, there's livestock and there's dead stock. And it happens. It does happen. So start off small, and when you do your research, and when you feel really comfortable with that set of what you've done, and you feel comfortable continuing on as wrote, then adopt something else. One thing at a time. And that goes for your garden too. Don't go out and my first big garden, I made the mistake of planting too many different things all at once and not having enough of any one thing to do any canning. When it comes to your garden, know your growing zone. It makes a big difference, okay? Don't be afraid to try things. And if they don't work, at least you know one way it doesn't work so that you can try something new, okay? Keep notes. Keep notes about the stuff you learn. That's really important. Keep notes about who has babies or when, how many eggs you got at a certain hens, that kind of thing. And another tip, I think that's all encapsulated in one, is if you're looking for property, if you haven't already got your property and you're looking for property, there's certain things you're going to want to know. Is it on a well? Does it have a septic? When were they, has the well ever gone dry? Has the septic, been pumped on a regular basis? Know your bylaws, okay? We got really lucky. When we first moved to Wakefield, we were in town, and I remember somebody bringing me a puppy, and I already had 2 dogs, and my neighbor said, well, you can't keep that puppy. And I said, why? And she said, because the bylaws say only 2 dogs per household. Well, if that's the way they were going to feel about an extra dog, how were they going to feel if I sprouted chickens in my backyard, right? So know your bylaws and know when to push the envelope, right? So somebody came into the bakery I was working in, and I asked them if I wanted to have an extra dog and maybe some chickens in my backyard and nobody's going to harass me about it, where would I go? And he said, he gave me directions, and lo and behold, it's still within driving range of work for Howie, and it's small, but it works for us. Also, know your budget, okay? When we bought this place, we were 2 years out of bankruptcy, and we had to come up with 50% down, which we did with the help of family. But my point is is, you know, there's certain things, there's all kinds of things you need, but if it's not in your budget, it's not going to work no matter how hard you do it. Homesteading is not necessarily a money-making venture. It can be a money-saving venture if you do it right, and you can be more self-reliant, but you're not going to get rich on it. This is not, you know, industrial farming or even large farming. Okay? Oh, reduce, reuse, recycle. Go on Craigslist. Go on Kijiji. Look for fencing. Look for old roofing tin. Look for pallets. You'd be amazed the stuff you can do and build with recycled materials. My chicken coop that the pigs are in right now, that was entirely made. Windows, roofing tin, floors, siding, fences, everything was recycled material except the 2x4s. So you'd be amazed about how much money you can save by reusing, recycling, and repurposing stuff that you either find on, you know, find at yard sales, find online. Don't be afraid to use used stuff. Talk to local farmers. If there's farmers around, talk to local farmers. 9 times out of 10, there is a farmer nearby that you can buy hay from, or you can barter hay from for eggs or meat or whatever. You can, I mean, you know, I'm probably going to trade some of my turkey chicks that hatch for our hay for the next winter. So, I mean, talk to farmers. You know, one of the guys at Howie's work knows a farmer, and we can get oats for 14 cents a pound. And they're not GMO, they're just oats. And it works out to less than half the price of what we were paying at the feed store. Anyway, so, you know, stay within your budget, reduce, reuse, recycle, baby steps. Talk to your farmers, and, you know, when you're picking your property, if you haven't got it already, stay within your budget. Okay? It's not a money-making thing. Anyway, I hope this helps. Oh, and never stop learning and taking notes. All right? This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead with my maybe 5 or 6 top picks for the new homesteader. And I'm going to tag Jane L0, of course. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.